Hey, good evening, everybody. Your what ladies are back tonight. We got a couple of us on tonight. This is Julie Becker. I've got Lutisha Merlin here with me. We were going to have another awesome top teamer on here tonight, Lady Ann, but she is got another issue she's needing to attend to, and as women, that's what we do, right? We're tending to a lot of different things. We are master jugglers, masters of having 5, 10, 15 different things going on at one time. So every once in a while there is a scheduling conflict. But anyway, I just wanted to just thank everybody for being here tonight. We have taken a few weeks off from the WAT Hangouts, regrouping. And this is a Tuesday night, which we normally here on Wednesday evenings, but we changed that. Lutisha's got some extra work that she's doing on Wednesday evenings, and we wanted for her to be able to participate. So moved to Tuesdays here for the next little while. So we'll be here Tuesday evenings at 9 p.m. to share with you about what's going on with INFINii, what's going on with us within INFINii, things that we're dealing in our very real lives. So just wanted to take some time to just bring you up to speed on that, let you know what's going on. We did not follow up the face of the earth. We just had some scheduling things going on the last few weeks, and just people not available or sick or whatever, what have you. But we are back. We're here and here for you to answer some questions. Usually the people are invited to this call. You may be invited by myself or Lutisha, or perhaps Jeff White, or perhaps Brian Bramer, some of the other people on our team, Christopher McCoy. You may be invited by any number of people on our team to come watch this hangout. And what we do here is we kind of give a woman's perspective on what it's like to be in business with INFINii, particularly the top team, because this is a top team hangout. We are all members of the top team, which is an amazing team within INFINii. It's a very, very large, fast-growing, very supportive team. And we are a very unique team. We're very tight-knit, and we've got each other's backs. We're very loyal, and we love to answer questions. We have a whole group full of people that just answers questions, helps people, helps our members, and is there for them. So and there's some great resources in there, just people with all sorts of different types of expertise to help you out. And that's what we're about, is giving people information, giving them the help they need, giving them the resources that they're looking for, giving them support, right? Because this is a business, but it is your own home business. Sometimes you can feel a little lost or a little disconnected, right? Because you're not actually physically in the neighborhood with other people, or in the cubicle next to them, or in the next desk or office or whatever it is. So it's really nice to have a community like this in the top team group, so that you can connect with people, you can chat with them, you can make friends with them, you can ask them questions offline, you can ask them questions in the group. But it's a place for you to make relationships and connect up with other people who are doing what you are getting involved with INFINii to do, which is the business of e-commerce. Okay, well, we have many different business models, but the easiest one for people to start with is the drop shipping model, which is we teach about drop shipping on eBay. And I'm distracted looking at I should have just put my picture up tonight instead of my video. I'm like just looking at myself. I'm like, I am also a very busy mother of two. Soccer mom was running around and doing soccer mom things today, which is why I look like this and didn't get myself all fixed up. So I'm a little distracted by looking at myself like that, but that's okay. But yeah, so we are in the business of e-commerce, and drop shipping is where we start. We teach people how to drop ship on eBay. In a nutshell, when you first come into the Prime membership of INFINii, that's what we teach you how to do. Now, why do we start there? Well, we start there because it's a very low risk business model. You basically are buying a product to send to somebody. Once they've already paid for it at a higher, they bought it for a higher price from you, the money goes into your PayPal account, then you go and purchase the product lower somewhere else and ship it right to them. Now, yes, in the beginning, you do have to wait for PayPal to reimburse you, and you do have to purchase that product. But essentially, you're really not coming out of pocket for that product. I mean, there's no risk in it for you. So that's why we start with that business model. We've got very good training, amazing training in place to help you, an amazing team to help you, lots and lots of great resources to help you. And in fact, we even do have a coaching program in INFINii. Now, it's a separate cost, but and the reason why that was put into place is because many of us do share INFINii with other people, and we grow teams, and we spend as much one-on-one time as we can with people. But for those of us and those people that have larger teams, the time becomes a problem because if you spend a lot of individual time with a lot of people, you don't have any time. You have no time, and that's not why any of us is in this business. We all want to have our time. So there is a coaching program that's available that's really great, that gives you one-on-one coaching with experts in whatever e-commerce venue you choose to work on. So we teach that. We also teach drop shipping or arbitrage on Amazon, and that information is available at the Surge level. We also do teach how to sell products and do drop shipping on Bonanza. Now that's available in the Prime training. We teach you about Shopify and setting up a Shopify store, and that's available in Surge. I mentioned different memberships here: Prime, Surge, and Excel is, of course, where you're going to learn about branding your own products, selling on Amazon, your own branded products on Amazon, sourcing like big, huge lots, like 1 to 2,000, 3,000 pieces at a time. That's what I focus on. Branding that, sending it into Amazon, and that's an amazing business model too, because it's definitely the least work intensive. It requires much more capital, but you have a lot more time freedom there. So we are in the business of e-commerce. We are the women of TopTeam on this Hangout. We are always trying to give you perspectives on how this business is working for us, how it works in our very busy lives. Again, we as women, we tend to pretty much run the show. We run the house. Some of us have jobs outside of the house. We run the children. We run the extracurricular activities. We run paying the bills. We run getting the groceries. We run, all that stuff. So, we are all real life women here. I mean, I've made, significant incomes and done well, and Letitia's done really well, and many of us have done really well, but we do have very real lives, and sometimes life does happen. Sometimes things do get in the way because we are real people with real issues in real life. We are not, guru-y, out of touch people that don't understand your reality. We definitely do. We definitely do. I wanted to spend a little time talking. Well, I've already been talking for 10 minutes now, but I wanted to just, if you're not familiar with INFINii, just give you, the information on what it's about. If you aren't too familiar with it, I wanted to make sure that, you know what the INFINii business is about, what they're here to teach you, what TopTeam does, and how we're here to support you and give you the information you need. Oh, my poor little sad sign's falling down here. My little INFINii check is falling down. That's coming down behind me too. So I wanted to talk a little bit tonight about keeping your mind right when you get into business for yourself. I mean, many of you have probably been in home-based businesses, maybe an MLM where we're doing like an offline MLM. Maybe it's, supplements or skincare, or, could be, any host of things, maybe clothing, whatever it is. Probably many of you have participated in home-based businesses before. And a lot of times in those businesses, they talk to you a lot about mindset. And You know, I do like not mindset things. I really do, because you do have to keep your mind right. It is true. But I will say that I think, like, I know it sounds so bad to say, but I did used to kind of just get sick of hearing it once in a while. I mean, like, oh gosh, I mean, just harping on you gotta keep your mind right. You gotta read this, you gotta do that. Yes, you do have to do that, but sometimes, you just really want to sell something too and make a little money. And I think with typical MLM, like, I did have a reasonable amount of success with that, but with typical MLM, that's where a lot of people get frustrated because, they don't necessarily have the marketing skills. They have to learn them. And you do have to learn that, but you really have to focus on mindset quite a bit, because your salary, what you get paid, your commission is all about your ability to be able to connect with people and your ability to be able to build people and build teams, and you have to develop skills to do that. And in order to develop those skills and to get to that point, you have to have a very strong mindset that you are going to learn what you have to learn, that you're going to push, that you're going to do whatever it takes, and you're going to get there. Now, it's still very important in this business too. Now, I will say that I'm super excited that, when you come here, you don't have to promote. You don't have to build a team. INFINii is an MLM. Yes, it is. We do have a rewards plan. When people join my team, I do get rewarded. When they build a team, I do get rewarded. Um, I like to share it with people because it's really helped me out a lot. I love having an e-commerce business, but if people come into the business and they decide not to build, that's a-okay. That's fine. That's cool. That's great with me, because it's all about what's best for you and what you want to do. And you can make money just doing e-commerce and not building a team. But having said that, you still are running your own business, and money does not fly out of the computer when you do nothing, or when you don't do the right things, or when you don't keep your mind right. You have to focus. It's a business and you have to treat it like one. And you know, um, real things are going to happen in your life while you're trying to do your business. Life is going to happen. Things are going to happen. You're not always going to have the best scenario every single day, every single week. Life has a way of liking to knock you off your rocker once in a while. It does happen. And even with this business where you don't have to recruit, you know, um, for example, when you're doing the drop shipping method, I mean, you still have to stay engaged every single day. Now, yes, you can, when you get to the store, you can put things on vacation for a little bit and do things like that, but you do still have to do some work to stay on top of it. So you have to keep your mind right. So it's really important to get around people who will lift and inspire you. That's really, really important, because, and there are going to be days in your business where you come across obstacles and you're like, oh, I just don't want to deal with this. Well, I mean, please get involved with any kind of real job, or anybody, any of you that has a real job, right? You have those days when you're like, this really stinks. Everybody has, you're going to have them here too once in a while. Now, um, you don't have to spend as many hours on this, and you're not going to have as many issues as you would have, like, answering to a 9 to 5 and, being a slave to someone else's schedule. I mean, the issues are few and far between, and they're much easier to manage. You are going to have that once in a while, and you just got to be prepared for that. Accept it as part of doing business. And you know what? Start to look at that as like meeting the challenge. Hey, today I'm going to meet the challenge, instead of, oh man, this customer. You look at it like, I'm going to meet this challenge. You know what? I got this. This is no big deal. You know what? This is just par for the course. It's just another thing, blip, and then it'll be done. It's really important. And that's another reason to be involved in the TopTeam group, because the people there they will encourage you. They will inspire you. They will be there to help you. They will be there to lift you. That's what we're here for. We're here to help you, or help point you in the right direction, to get, help you with the frustrations. I mean, all of us have had them, do have them, and will continue to have them down the road. I mean, you can't have life without having obstacles and frustrations. I mean, that's just part of it. So keeping your mind right is critical to the success of not only your business, but of your life. you know, because, your thoughts determine everything. Your thoughts, the way you think and what's going on in your head determines everything. Your energy, flows where your thoughts go. So whatever you're thinking about, I mean, you could be just thinking about, worst possible case scenario. If something happened and your mind just, I have a hamster wheel mind like that. I have to talk myself down sometimes. Hey, I can admit it. But I've learned how to do that. I've learned that skill where if my mind starts going in a certain direction, um, and I start thinking about like the worst case scenario, I mean, I'll just stop myself right there and just be like, wait, you're focusing on something that has not even happened yet. Your mind is creating this situation in your head. Stop right here. No, this is what, and I've trained myself to change my thoughts and to focus on what I want to happen, not my worst case scenario, not what my fears are. But, I've taken different courses and I've done different things to learn how to do that. So it is really important to be cognizant of that. I know I'm bringing out mindset, and some people might be rolling their eyes, going, I don't want to think about it. And I promise you, you don't have to, you don't have to recruit though, so that's good. but keeping your mind right is really important. And life has happened to me in the last few months. I had something that knocked me off my rocker, pretty hard and slammed me to the floor. But and sometimes you are in mud, and sometimes you can't see straight for a little bit. But that's never it should not be an excuse to let you stay there longer than you need to be there. You need to get up, you need to move on, you need to persevere, because you only have one life and nobody else is going to live it for you. And if you stay in the mud, and if you stay in your bad thoughts and your worst fears and just being stuck, all you're going to do is stay stuck. That's where you're going to stay. And I don't want that for you. I don't want that for me. You don't want that for you. So I just wanted to spend a little time talking about that tonight, because again, I will tell you, I just sent out the door another 1,000 units. I was working on this new product and getting it launched all during this little storm that I've been going through. And and I even had some snafus with the product too. I was like, you got to be kidding me. On top of everything else, I got this garbage going on with my product. But guys, I did not let that stop me. I did not let that stop me. That stuff is arriving into Amazon right now. I got my butt in gear. I made it happen. I fixed the problems. I fixed the issues with it. I got it boxed up. I got it put together. I didn't sit there. It took me a little longer than I wanted, but so what? I got it done. I got it in there. I got my, optimized all my listing stuff and did that. I'm getting ready to do get it ranked and do all that stuff. I mean, I will tell you that if you focus on that kind of stuff too, what's so awesome about that is that just fuels you too. It gives you a sense of accomplishment. Now, I will tell you, I didn't hit my time frame to get it out. I had a lot of other things that I had to attend to right away. Because of my little storm, and then I had my snafu with my product, so that set me back a little bit too. You know what, guys? It's okay. It's okay if you have goals and you miss them sometimes, because life happens. What matters is that you finish the race, because guess what? There's a whole bunch of money going into Amazon that I'm going to have coming in, and it's because I got up off my hind end and I decided to do something about it, and I wasn't going to wallow and let it sit and, oh, forget it, I'm just not going to do it. No, I didn't do that. I could have done that, but I didn't, because in the end, I want to win. I want to win the race of my life. And if I don't do those things, if I don't get around these other positive people, if I don't keep my mind right, if I don't focus on the right things, if I don't keep up with my training, if I don't take the actions that I need to take, if I don't keep my mind right and say, don't go down that hamster wheel and focus on what you can do instead of what you cannot do, then I'm going to stay stuck, and I am not going to stay stuck. It's okay to be stuck for a little while. I promise you. I did stay stuck for a little bit, because I'm not Wonder Woman or anything, but I did not stay stuck because I choose not to stay stuck, but I am a real person and not a guru. And if I can do it, you can do it too. You just need to focus. You need to spend time focusing on the right things, being around the right people. We are all the right people. We are going in the same direction. That if you're not in INFINii with, or maybe you're very new to it, we're going in the same direction that you want to go. It's important to stick with us. It's important to stay in touch, to stay connected, to support each other. You know, sometimes you may be in a position where you can support someone else too, and that's you helping out the team. That's you helping out another person that needs to get unstuck and out of the mud. That's you contributing to someone else's business, and that's important too, and that's worthwhile. And you know, that's why we love our team. That's why we love being here, because you know, everybody goes through stuff. Every single person does. It doesn't matter how big, how small. Things happen to every single person in life. If things are happening to you right now, you are not alone. I promise you, you are not alone. And we do have compassion for that here. We definitely do. And you can still succeed. You can still succeed. You might have to go at a slower pace for a while. Do it. What can your life look like in a year? What can your life look like if you will just stay with something, persevere, get the content that you need in your mind to keep your mind right, get around the people that you need to get around to get you where you want to go, and persevere. What could your life look like in a year? Even if you didn't go as fast as you want, you'd be so much farther ahead at the end of that year than you were today. Maybe not where you wanted to get, like if things were ideal, but the point is you're making progress. Then after 2 years, where could you be after 5 years? I mean, you have to think about the big picture. People don't become millionaires overnight. They don't, despite what the internet hype that people put out there, which is a bunch of hoo-ha and garbage. Yes, I said hoo-ha. You don't become a millionaire overnight. You just don't. You learn skills. You hone those skills. You deal with life as it comes at you, because it does, because you got life going on too. And you just keep building on what you got. You build and you grow, and you build and you grow, and you build and you grow. And the people that get to be millionaires or very well off in their businesses are the people that simply stick to it, get around people that know what they're doing and are positive and are going in the same direction as they want to go. They're focusing on keeping their mind right. You do a little bit of mindset. Hey, watch Les Brown videos. You know, those are awesome. Yeah, anything. It doesn't even have to be related to marketing or e-commerce. It's about you. And you know, when I talk about mindset, it's about what you want to do in life and the person you are, and learning self-talk, learning how to control your mind, learning how to control your thoughts. You know, find a course on that, buy it and do it. Tony Robbins, one of my personal favorites. I have his courses. I do that stuff because you know why? Because it got me off my butt here when the storm hit, and got me to get those boxes out the door to Amazon. Because that's why I love Tony Robbins, and that's why I do it, because you get around people who train your brain to think right, even when things are going on, and it gets you where you need to go. I've been talking for 25 minutes. Oh my gosh. Well, it's time for me to be quiet now. I want to bring Letitia out here to talk about what she wants to talk about. Letitia, maybe you can talk about some of the cool stuff that's going on that INFINii is bringing to the surge level, and with trainings and new trainings and new webinars and all that other kind of stuff, and whatever else you wanted to bring to the table, sister. Take this mic away from me.
Thanks, Julie. You know, I just love you. You are a huge inspiration and help to me. And I loved when you talked about how this is the Women of Top Team Hangout, and this is our perspective on how to do the business, and how that the top team, they're just the right people to be around, because they are. I mean, I feel like I have a very busy life, and I'm not saying that I don't, because I do, but then I compare myself to like some of the things that you've been going through and what you're doing, and I'm like, man, she is so busy. It makes me feel like I could do a little bit more. And or I think about Miss Georgia and all the different things that she does. I mean, she just puts her life and her heart out there for so many others, and she's still doing all these different businesses, and she does them so she can help and give back to her community and to her passions. And I'm like, you know, I'm doing a fourth of what she's doing, and so it gives me more drive and gives me a push out there. And I just love you guys. And, you know, and there's a top team members. I don't know them personally. Like, I kind of feel like I know like you and Miss Georgia, but they put things out there every day that make me stop and go, oh, wow, that's really good. And, you know, one of the things I saw today, and I don't even remember what his name was. I have to go back and look, but he's part of Top Team. And he put out there something about, you know, all these people out there trying to sell lifestyles, but all these lifestyles can be rented for a day to make you look cool. You know, it's really about getting in there and learning the business and learning from someone who knows what they're doing if you want to have something great. And I thought, you know, that really is a lot of what's on the internet now. You do see a lot of hype. You see all these people selling these different get rich overnight schemes, and you know, they're throwing their boats out there and their cars out there and these houses out there. And honestly, you don't know if that's really theirs or not. You know, and that doesn't impress me. What impresses me is seeing the people who are hitting the ground running every day, working and doing their job, and all of my upline or all the bigger people in Top Team, they do that every day. Like, I don't feel like a single one of them pushes hype. They push everyday real stuff like, let's do this, you know, these are the sales, or this is what's going on. And those are important things. And it helps you to get into those mindsets of doing more for yourself and for your business. And so those are things. And I don't know, I just had to say that. I am excited. Prime is our beginning level, as you've already said. It's a great place for everybody to start out at, especially when you're new to the whole e-commerce business, as I was, or still kind of am. I'm getting there. I'm starting to learn some tricks that I didn't think I'd ever learn. But they have Saturday trainings every Saturday, and they're great. It's like, wow, little tidbits. And of course, it all is stemmed off of the training that you already get, but then they build on it, and they answer questions, or they make it just a little bit more clearer. And then you go on to the next step, Surge, and Surge has got a lot of great stuff. It builds on and expands everything that you learn in Prime and makes it business even better for you, and helps you to expand and build up yourself. And they finally have started Surge trainings on Saturdays also, after the Prime trainings. And I mean, I just, like, when they said it, I was like, wow, yay, this is awesome. Like, you know, more in-depth stuff. And I love that. I love our trainers that do the trainings, Carly and Nikki and Parrish. They're amazing people, and they're really personable, and you know, they get in the ditches with you and say, okay, this is what you're struggling with. This is where you can go find it. You know, they don't baby you, but they will, you know, they'll answer your questions, or they'll tell you, like, this is in the training, so go back to this spot in the training. And sometimes we need to hear that too. Sometimes we don't need someone to hold our hand, but to kick us in the butt and say, go back and do this for yourself. And I love those things. I love being a part of those things, and I love seeing those things take action. And it always is good to get refreshed, even on things that you thought you already knew and things that you thought you were doing right. I mean, there's so many times that I'm like, okay, I've done everything the right way, and this is going this way, but not seeing the results I thought I'd see. And then I'll go back and look at one of the trainings, or I'll go listen to one of the Saturday trainings, and I'm like, oh, it was just that far off. Let's just a pin drop away from what I was supposed to be doing. Let me go back and fine tune that. And then I get the result I was looking for, and I'm like, yes. So, I mean, I don't know. I've got a lot of love and excitement for INFINii and for Top Team. And I feel like if I had tried to do e-commerce with some of the other companies out there that I saw, that I wouldn't be as excited. I don't think that the support would have been there that is there. I've never seen, I mean, I know my father-in-law was a big dreamer, and he always wanted to do the next best thing. And he always was doing all these MLM things. And they never panned out. Like, he would be so excited in the beginning, and he'd go to all these functions, and he'd shake hands and rub elbows with these people. But after the function, they were nowhere to be seen. They weren't there for him. And he would get discouraged, or he wouldn't get the results they were getting. And so then he would move on to the next thing. And I don't feel like I need that with INFINii. I don't think my husband does either. Joseph loves INFINii. I know that he's had taken on a lot of responsibilities at his day job, and he's working on his master's degree and stuff. So he's not as hands-on with it right now as he was in the beginning. And so I'm taking care of that for him. But that's one of another great things about being a married couple and deciding to do this business as part of our partnership in life, is that he can go do what he needs to do, and I still have his back, and I can still run things. And when it's my turn to go finish my schooling, and he'll step back in and take care of things on this end, and that's great because it keeps it going and it keeps it from dying down. And everybody on Top Team will support either one of us, and they, you know, they see us as a team and they talk to us as a team, and we love that. We've just, I can't stress how much to people who haven't joined yet, that if you really want a business family and a moral support, and it's here, Top Team has it. There's nothing else like it. There really isn't. Even in my regular jobs that I've had throughout my life, the type of support and the type of drive and push that you get in Top Team isn't out there. It's not there in the real world. It's I mean, it may be in some places, but you don't see it often. Let's put it that way. And INFINii is always trying to better things. I know that, you know, they take a look at, like, what do our people need? What are our goals as a company? What are our goals for our people who are working the business? What can we do to help them? And they come out with tools like the tracker and the lister, and they're great. And then they say, oh, wait a minute, what can we do to change it to make it just a little bit better? And they continually make those changes. They continue to work on them and boost them up. And those are things that I like. I like that the company strives to tweak things and make things better, because that's what they're teaching us to do, is to tweak things and make things better as we go along in our businesses. So, you know, they practice what they preach to us, and I love that. And, you know, there's always so many things to do. Like Julie said, you know, you can go out there and market yourself, and you can bring people in, and that can actually be scary and fun and nerve-wracking. Or you can just completely bypass it and just work on eBay and Amazon, and we have other revenues like Bonanza and Shopify, and those things they're really great. And, you know, they're easy to do once you learn the system. Once you learn how to do things, it just all flows. And that's what I really liked about it, was I was like, how is all this going to fit together and flow together? And am I going to have to completely learn how to do 5 different things? And really, I didn't. I had to learn how to do one major thing, and then make little small changes and tweaks for each of the different revenues that we can go down. And that's fun. And back to the mindset part, you know, when Joseph first started looking at this and talking to me about it, one of the things that he wanted to be an example to our children. We have 3 small boys. He wanted them to know that you didn't have to be stuck in a dead-end job. You didn't have to be unhappy with life. You didn't have to always be struggling, that you could make your own way. You could follow your own dreams, and you could do all these different things that you want to do. And to me, that really, I know that they're starting to see that and get that. Our oldest is 9.5, just started the 4th grade, and they're learning to write stories in school and in class. And one of the stories he wrote was about his father. And he wrote about how proud he is that his father is a grown man that is a boss at his day job, is a student at night, and runs his own business at the computer because it makes him happy to. Like, he said that in his paper. My dad sells stuff on the computer and talks to other people about how to do things because it makes him happy. Like, and that to me was like, you know, he gets it. That is what my husband wanted. He wanted him to see that he could be happy doing other things, and that there's different paths and roads to take in life, and that you don't have to live in a square box. You can think outside of it and go for what it is you want, and not necessarily what everybody else thinks you're supposed to do. And I don't know. I don't talk as much as you. I need to learn to go. But, you know, I want to thank you while I'm on here for changing the night so we could be together, and that I could help out it's hard when things change and life gets busy. And this is one of the things that coming on here makes me happy. I love being able to do the Women of Top Team Hangouts, even though the first time I thought, oh my God, I'm going to die if I do this. Like I can't, but now I love it. And knowing that for the next couple months, I'm going to be tied up on Wednesdays and there's no way for me to be here. It made me sad. Like I'm sitting at my other job trying to help my clients who really do need me, thinking, oh, I should be on Top Team right now, not sitting here listening to these crises. And I was like, that's not fair to them either. So, you know, when I reached out and we talked about this, it really made me happy that we were going to be able to do this, because I do enjoy this, and this helps me get back in there during the week and say, you know, I just went on and talked about all this stuff. Now let's go put it into action. But it also clears my mind when I'm with my clients. So I don't feel like I'm missing out on doing something that I really should be doing or want to be doing.
You just hit on so many awesome points there. I was like taking notes on what you were saying. And I thought that was so, I mean, I'm, you know, I love this team too. I mean, I love getting together with you girls. I mean, because we all lift each other up. We all support each other. We're here because, and I love being on here too. Oh my gosh, people, I used to dread the video. I remember I have YouTube videos up now, but I avoided it like the plague. I am never doing that. I am never doing that. And, you know, and then I just got over myself. So I'm glad we're able to be accommodating and flexible. I mean, you think about in regular businesses and regular jobs, it's something that you're not always able to do. And you mentioned about, having better support here than a lot of cases than a lot of real jobs. And we don't have boring meetings either. We have fun meetings. We discuss like cool stuff, and things may not be working, and there might be things that are off and stuff, but we can work together on what's working, what isn't. I know here's this trick I learned, and here's how to do that. And it's a much more fun, positive environment, never boring. I love what you talked about when you're talking about doing business as a family. I love watching you and Joseph work together, other husband and wife teams. I mean, I know Jeff's wife works in the business too, doing other aspects of the business, and several people do that, and I think it's awesome to be able to see that and to see people working together like that. I mean, it's amazing. I will tell you that me personally, I have involved my children in my business, prepping things. I'll show them my listing up on the computer, and I'm like, here's mommy's product on Amazon. And I help them. At one time that they were helping me, I actually paid them. They can earn an allowance. They actually had a little job, and I paid them because they were helping to prep a product to send in there. And I could have paid somebody else to do that, but I paid them. And they were proud of me that I was selling these products, and they had to help, and they had to be involved with it. And again, like Lutisha, I like getting my kids involved. I like showing them another aspect. In fact, the latest product that I sent in, I created a new brand, and I involved my daughter in the creation of that brand. And I talked about it, and we were talking about what to name it and what it could do. And I had some ideas, and her and I talked about it together, and she was really excited about it. I mean, she was super excited that she was a part of that process of making this thing come to life. And that's magical. Like, that's just magical. You can involve your family with it, and when you can involve your kids, I mean, it's just awesome. She just loved being a part of the process because she can look at it up there. It's something that she contributed to, and she can say, I helped with that. I did that. And that just tickles me. I'm just absolutely just so happy and excited that I can share that with her. And as I do more, as she gets older, I can teach her new aspects of the business, and maybe how to do some things on her own. And I'm just excited for that too, because again, because she wants to be a marine biologist and find mermaids one day, improve their existence. But she can also have an e-commerce business that can, help fund those research trips that she's going to need to take, because she's going to have to go all over the globe to find them. So there's just the world is just filled with many possibilities, and this has just been an amazing ride. I'm an engineer by trade. Actually, I went to school for that and did get my master's degree, and I don't work in that field anymore. I did enjoy it, and I still use a lot of those skills. I'm a problem solver. I like that. But um, I love the fact that I don't have to work in corporate America. I love that. I love that. I don't miss working 50 and 60 hours a week, because it was never 40. Um, I don't miss that. And especially now that I have children, I am ecstatic that I have been able to raise them, that I've had the time with them. I saw their first steps. I heard their first words. Um, I've been able to be here for them. I've been able to volunteer at their school and go in when they need help with things, and go on field trips. That's not everybody's thing, but I love going on their little field trips. It's important to me. It's just time. Time is my most precious commodity, and probably most people on here. I mean, money is extremely important. Yes, it is. We need it to live. But time, you can never get back. You can always make more money. And, so think about that tonight. If you're on the fence, or if you're wondering whether or not it's worth it, it is worth it. You are going to have to invest time to learn. You have to be patient. You're going to have to get your mind right. If it's not right, and keep it right, and keep moving along, and stay around us, stay connected to the group, ask questions. But it's very worth it. And I love having flexibility and time to live my life the way I want to live it. Um, yes, I still do have real life. Yes, I do still have real things I have to deal with and go through. And yes, I do actually work in my business. I do work to get the results that I get. But I have to spend a lot less time. I certainly don't have to spend 40 hours a week, 50 hours a week, or 60 hours a week. I don't have to spend 30 hours a week or 20 hours a week. I do occasionally when I'm doing more marketing, when I'm working on team building and doing things like that. But, it really can be a huge benefit in your life. Just really seriously give it some serious thought. Again, remember, you don't have to recruit. You have to learn how to sell on eBay, or sell on Amazon, or sell on Shopify, and learn some different business models like that. But the tools are all there. We do have coaching available for you, extra coaching outside of our team resources. And we do have a lot of team resources within the team as well that you have access to. TopTeam, Jeff's put together, and the team has put together some great resources for you. So there's really no excuse why you can't be successful. The only thing stopping you would be you. So if this is something for you, I'll encourage you, if you're watching this Hangout right now, there's a little yellow button below the video. It's on the Hangout page if that's where you're watching this. And you can go ahead and click to get involved right now. The person that sent you the link was smart enough to get you to this, so you can trust them. They will be able to respond to you and help you with where you need to go, and the information that you need. So, they're going to be there to help you. So sign up with that person. If you need more info, if you have questions that we haven't answered, or you're looking for specific pieces of information, there is a comment section below. If you will scroll down and look at that. I'm not going to answer them right now, but what I have done before is I've read them during the week, and we've addressed them on the future Hangout, and we will address them in the future. And specifically, if you want us to reply to you in the comments section, I've even done that before too. Sometimes I reply in the comments, and I also bring it up on the next Hangout, so for the benefit of other people. So if you do have questions, please do ask. There's no dumb question. There's no taboo question. There's not, now that you know, I'm not going to answer rude questions or anything, but if it's relevant and it's reasonable, we will answer it, and we are here for you. So thank you all so much for joining us tonight. Thank you for being here. We will be here next week on Tuesday evenings because I love hanging out with Letitia. Letitia, you got anything else you wanted to finish up with and say goodbye to the good people?
You know, I just want to, like Julie said, if you have any questions or comments or concerns, please leave them. We do respond back. And thank you, Jeff, for all the nice things you've been saying in the comments for us tonight. Julie, he's been making you look like a hard worker. You know, and we look forward to seeing you in Top Team real soon. So, you know, join us. We're there for you.
We are. Thanks for joining us, everybody. We will see you next Tuesday evening at 9 o'clock. If you have questions, just let us know. We will not shrink from them. We will answer them for you. Have a great night.
Night, everyone.